Okay, so hello everyone. So in this really quick video, what I want to do is I want to go over an example. This is kind of a continuation of um, functions and what I was talking about with functions and function notation. Um, and I guess the point of this video is to kind of show you guys how to actually uh, evaluate functions. And obviously we have this problem here. So basically what we want to do is we want to evaluate these three different things given this function f of x. So let's go ahead and get started. So it says given f of x equals x squared plus 2x plus 7, find the following. And number one, or part A, says f of 2, right? So what I mean by evaluate, so evaluate, first of all, it usually means to plug it in, right? Plug it in, or plug in put in a number for x, and and then or an expression for x, and then try to solve it algebraically, right? So our function is f of x equals x squared, and it was plus 2x plus 7, right? So this is our original function here, and we want to know what f of 2 is, right? So we're going to go ahead and do that. So we have f of 2, and I'm going to say this is 2 squared, so basically it's going to go 2 quantity squared plus 2 times 2 plus 7, right? So this equals, so 2 squared is 4, and then plus 4, and then plus 7. So then we just combine our terms. This is going to be 8, and then plus 7, and this is equal to 15. So we know that f of 2 is 15. So that's how you do part A, right? And that's really all we have to do, is just plug it in, right? Now part B is a little more difficult. So for part B, what they're asking is for us to evaluate it. So we need to find f of u plus h, right? And so we know again that f of x, so f of x, and I'm going to write it this way, is going to be x squared, so x squared plus 2x plus 7, right? So this will be plus 2x plus 7. And so again, my goal here is we need to plug this in for x, right? So we're going to say this is the quantity u plus h, quantity squared. Now, do not forget to put a parenthesis every time you're plugging in x. If I just say u plus h squared like this, that's not going to be correct, right? I'm going to end up with u plus h squared, which no, we need to square the entire thing, okay, guys? So then, we plug that in, and then we have plus 2 times u plus h, and then plus 7, right? So then using FOIL method, you can say u plus h quantity times u plus h. So it goes first, outer, inner, last, right? So u squared. And if you guys don't know how to do FOIL method, I believe I have videos on that. So it's plus UH plus UH, right? Because plus HU, which is UH, and then plus H squared. So that's what this whole thing would be. And again, actually, we would simplify it a little more. These two things here combine, right? So U squared plus 2UH plus H squared, right? So that is what u plus h quantity squared would be. So that is what we would plug in for this. So it'd be u squared plus 2uh plus h squared. And then we have plus 2u. So really, this is what this would be right here, this entire thing, right? And then it would be plus 2u plus 2h plus 7. And now, I believe that's the only thing we can do. We can't really, I don't think we can simplify any further. So really what this would be is u squared plus 2uh. So f of u plus h would be u squared plus 2uh plus h squared plus 2u plus 2h plus 7, and that is what this would be here, right? Okay, so that is for part B, that is f of u plus h, right? And now we need to know for part C. So for part C is actually more difficult, right? Well, if you think about it, we know what u plus h is, so we kind of already figured that out, right? And let me just write down what the problem is. F of u plus h minus f of u all over h. So really, this would be, so like I said, f of u plus h, we just did that. We did that in the previous problem, which was this entire thing here. So I'm going to write down, it's u squared plus 2uh plus h squared plus 2u plus 2h plus 7, right? This should be an h. So plus h squared plus 2u plus 2h plus 7. And that is, again, what f of u plus h is. So in this last example, I guess you could say we did save ourselves a lot of time by doing that. There are going to be times, though, where, you know, I don't think, you know, if they give you the problem, if they give you in this order like that to first find f of u plus h, etc., you know, sometimes they use a plus h, but if they give it to you like this, and then, you know, and then go on to part C, then it does save you a lot of time. Anyways, we're going to plug this in. So we have u squared plus 2uh plus h squared plus 2u plus 2h plus 7. And then we're going to do minus, and we're going to do f of u. So f of u, if you think about it, I mean, f of u. So again, our original function was f of x equals x squared plus 2x plus 7. So all we're really doing is plugging in u. So f of u would be u squared plus 2u plus 7. So that's really all we're putting in for f of u. So f of u, again, is going to be u squared plus 2u plus 7. Now, this is what I would put in for f of u. So right here, and don't forget the minus sign. However, because we're subtracting, we always put parentheses. So we're going to do parentheses, and we're going to do u squared plus 2u plus 7. So really what I'm doing here, just for you, those of you that are visual learners, this is f of u right here, this blue one, and then minus, and then this one is u squared plus 2u plus 7. Okay, now we're putting this all over h. Now, this looks very intimidating, right? However, we can use algebra, and I'm going to go step by step. So what I'm first going to do is I am going to go ahead and distribute this negative in. So I'm going to keep the blue part the same. So really it's going to be u squared plus 2uh plus 2u, or I'm sorry, plus h squared plus 2u plus 2h plus 7. And then this is going to be minus u squared minus 2u minus 7. So really the negative distributes all over in this part here. And then again, all over h. So that is what that part is. Okay. And now look at, we need to look at what our like terms are. So there's a u squared, there's a negative u squared, and this is where you really have to be careful. You have to really look at what you just wrote. There's a 2u, so this is positive 2u, and then there's a negative 2u, and then another one, there's a 7 and a negative 7, right? So we're going to go ahead and cancel all of those out. So this cancels out, and then this cancels out, and then this cancels out, right? So then it goes 2uh, so we're left with 2uh plus h squared plus 2h. And now this is all over h, right? And again, this is what I'm left with right here. And that's exactly what this is over here. We're just kind of bringing it all together. So now the last thing you're going to do is factor out h. So we know there's an h in common here. We can take it out. So h times 2u, we know gives me 2uh, because 2uh over h, this cancels out, this is 2u. And then plus h, right? Because h times h is h squared, which is this part. Right? And then plus 2, right? All over h. So then finally, you see that this is being multiplied to this, and we need to cancel this out, right? So then we are left with 2u plus h plus 2. So this is our answer. And let's see, I believe that was it for that one. So really, this is how kind of you evaluate functions, and basically that is the idea of evaluating functions and using function notation and stuff like that to be able to evaluate functions. That is the whole idea, and we're doing this for to be able to do more complicated problems in algebra. So it's kind of, we're doing this in order to strengthen our algebra skills, and it does take practice, right? So with that being said, guys, that is it for this video. And also thank you so much for watching, and I do apologize for the lack of uploads. I've been so busy. But with that being said, thank you so much for watching, and also please like, comment, and or subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.